Okay, let's see here. Let's try this again. Okay, what is going on, YouTube? This is your boy Juggernaut097. Bringing you guys a different video today. I'm not doing a normal wrestling video like I usually always do. Today I'm giving you my MLB 2020 predictions. Yes, MLB is finally coming back after how many months? So March, April, May, June, July, 5 months without baseball. 5 months. I mean, 5 months without a whole bunch of sports. We haven't had NBA for a while, which NBA is coming back at the end of July. So it's baseball. I mean, we got summer camp starting. It's already started here. It's just been crazy with this whole COVID stuff that's been going on. Without having any sports, which has sucked. It has really sucked, and it's made me realize how much fans, how much fans, how much. What am I trying to say here? How much fans bring to a game? How much fans bring to the game? Like the excitement factor to the game. That's what I'll say. But yeah, we're going to be doing my MLB 2020 predictions. So I'm going to run through each division. So I'm going to run through the AL East, the AL Central, the AL West, the NL East, the NL Central, the NL West. I'm going to run through each division, who I think is going to be going from last, fourth, third, second, first. I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to go through each team, tell them why I think it's going to win. And there's some teams I didn't really do much studying up on. And I'm also going to be going back and looking at the last year's standings. I'm going to go look at that and look at all their stats that they have from last year a little bit. So that's how I'm going to be doing that also. But I'm not going to try to make this a too long video. I mean, I tried doing this a little while ago, but it just screwed up on me. So we're trying this again. We're doing take two on this. And before we get started with this prediction, go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter at the True JSB, and Instagram is the same thing. So the link will be down below. And also go down in the comments. Tell me who you think is going to win each division. Tell me if you're excited that baseball's coming back. I mean, I know I am, and I'm going to be excited that basketball is coming back, which I will be doing an NBA playoff predictions when that comes around, when we find out the seedings of each team. So that's going to be fun. And, eventually we'll be having football coming back. I mean, it's just exciting. It's just exciting to see that sports come back. Hopefully, stuff doesn't get shut down again with COVID, but, we'll see, though. We will definitely see, but let's quit wasting any time and let's get started with this prediction. So here we go. So we start with the AL East. Number 5, I got the Baltimore Orioles. And a lot of I'm gonna say this like on a lot, during this video a lot. A lot of teams, they need to have pitching really makes or breaks a game. If you don't have pitching, then most likely you're not going to win a whole lot of games. I mean, really, that bullpen really helps you out a lot. And also, hot streaks also. If you're really hot during the season, that can help you out going into the postseason. That can really help you out. So if you get on a hot streak, definitely early on in the season, since we're going to only have 60 games, you can't start off slow. You have to be going hot. And the Baltimore Orioles, I can't really think of anybody on this team who I really like. I mean, Jose Iglesias, he's probably their best player. He's the person who jumps out at me. Chris Davis, he's not that good, and he's getting paid, but he's getting paid a lot of money. I mean, they're paying him a whole bunch of money to be playing not that good. I mean, and their pitching doesn't look that great either. Yeah, I just don't see them doing that good. So I'm saying the Baltimore Orioles come in 5th. Also, I'm going to tell the last year's standings for the AL East. So the AL East was the Orioles in fifth last year, the Blue Jays in fourth, the Red Sox in third, and the Rays in fourth, and then the Yankees in first. So let's check out number 4. I guess this didn't save for me. That is really weird. Okay, so don't mind that right there. I don't know why they didn't save for me, but I have the Toronto Blue Jays, not the Boston Red Sox, coming in fourth. So I'll tell you why I see the Blue Jays coming in at number 4. I mean, their pitching really doesn't jump out at me. They're a really young team, so that's why I see the Toronto Blue Jays coming in at number 4. I mean, they're gonna be better than the Orioles, but they won't be at the number 3 spot. Yeah, sorry I have this flipped all around, but I do. That's not supposed to be the Boston Red Sox there. That's supposed to be the Toronto Blue Jays. And let's flip that around. So I got the Boston Red Sox coming in at number 3. And I got some notes right here telling you, why I think Boston Red Sox are going to come at number 3. So this year, they signed Chris Sale. I mean, no, they didn't sign him. Sorry, Chris Sale, he's out for the season with an injury. So I feel like their pitching is still going to be pretty strong. I mean, let me look at this roster for the Boston Red Sox, which I do not like the Red Sox at all. Let me look at this roster quick. They have a really good team. I mean, Xander Bogaerts, he's going to do great for them. JD Martinez, their offense is going to do good. Jose, I'm really bad at pronouncing names. Alex Burgo, I think that's his name. Jackie Bradley Jr., he's going to do good. I mean, this team is going to be, pretty decent. They're going to be above average team here. So I got the Boston Red Sox coming in at number 3. And like I said, their bullpen isn't too bad either. Let me look at their bullpen. I mean, they got Matthew Barnes. They got, there doesn't look like a bad roster here. So yeah, I got the Red Sox at number 3. Yeah, so I'm sorry that I didn't have that correctly on there, but you guys know what I meant. Number 2, I got the Rays coming in at number 2. The Rays during the preseason they picked up Hunter Renfroe, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Manuel Margot. So those are pretty good pickups by them. I think they're gonna have a pretty good season this year. The pitching isn't bad. Austin Meadows last year, he had a great season. Last year, batting like 291 with like 35 home runs, which is ridiculous. So, Austin Meadows, he had a great season last year. And this team is, they're still pretty young, but they're getting up there. They're starting to become good. They are starting to become a good team. Their outfield doesn't look too bad. So yeah, I got the Rays coming in at number 2. And then number 1, I got the New York Yankees, which the New York Yankees is my favorite AL team. And I also have my number 1 team is the Chicago Cubs. And you guys probably go down in the comments saying, "Oh, you can't like 2 teams." Well, I don't live in any of these cities, so I could like 2 teams. It's possible to like 2 teams. So I see the New York Yankees coming at first again this year. The pitching is great. Severino, James Patton. A huge pickup with Garrett Cole. A big pickup with Garrett Cole. That was really good. Their outfield is really good. Their outfield is really good. Brett Gardner. Their offense isn't bad. They got Judge, Stanton. This team is gonna do really good. I see them going really far in the playoffs this year. I mean, Gary Sanchez. This team is going to do good. Watch out for the New York Yankees too. And with this whole COVID stuff, with teams not traveling as much, they're going to be doing more like these teams are going to be playing each other more a lot, and they're going to be playing more teams around the East and stuff. It's going to be weird how the scheduling works since they had to change the schedules up a little bit because they're not going to be going down all the way down south, or they're not going to be going to the Central sometimes, so it's going to be different how the schedule works. So it's going to be different though. But yeah, I got the New York Yankees coming in at number 1, the Rays at number 2, and the Boston Red Sox at number 3, the Blue Jays at number 4, and the Orioles at number 5. So it's basically the same from last year. So yeah. Okay. So now we are going to talk about the AL Central. Here we go. And number 5, I got the Detroit Tigers. So last year, okay, before we talk about last year's the Detroit Tigers, let's talk about the AL Central. Let's see the records from last year. So the Detroit Tigers, they came in last year at a record of 47-114. The Kansas City Royals came in at number 4 with 59 and a losing record of 103. The Chicago White Sox, they came in at a winning record of 72 and a losing record of 89. The Cleveland Indians came in at a record of 93-69. And then the Minnesota Twins came in at a record of 101-61. So I see the Detroit Tigers coming in last year. I mean, last year they had a team ERA of 5.24, and their opponents batted at 275. That is bad for the Tigers. That is really bad. Their defense, a lot of the teams got hits on them. I mean, Jordan Zimmerman, he's not good. That Fuller, he's kind of injured most of the time. And also last year they batted at 240, which is one of the lowest in the league. But the best player for the team, is Miguel Cabrera. He's probably the best player for the team. I'm probably one of the best players of all times, in my opinion. And of course, Nico Goodrum is one of the fans. He's a fan favorite. Plus, they got Jonathan Scope. But I just don't see the Detroit Tigers doing that good because I feel like this is going to be a pretty hard division this year. This is going to be a really hard division this year for the Detroit Tigers to do good. And it's going to be interesting watching the AL Central this year. I'm really excited to watch this. But number 4, I got the Kansas City Royals. They're kind of about the same as the Detroit Tigers. I mean, they're kind of a really young team. Their pitching really isn't there. There's really no names that really stand out to me. So, and they're going to be better than the Tigers, but they're just going to be above average a little bit. It's going to be decent. Okay. So I got the Royals coming in at number 4. Number 3, this is where it changes now. So I got the Cleveland Indians coming in at number 3. I think they're going to have a good season. They're going to have a pretty decent season. I mean, Francisco Lindor, I think he's just going to go off. He's going to do great this season. Last year, what's his name? Let me check here quick. Jose, what is his name here? Jose Ramirez. He kind of had a bad season last year, but I think he's gonna have a bounce back season this year. Also, that pitching isn't too bad. The pitching is decent. But I just see him coming in third this year. I mean, it's gonna be a toss up between the number 3 and the number 2 spot. Which the number 2 spot I have the Chicago White Sox. Yes, I got the Chicago White Sox coming in at number 2. I think they're gonna have a pretty good season this year. And I'm a Cubs fan. The South Side. I don't want to see the South Side team succeed, but I felt like they're gonna have a better season than the Cubs. I really do. I mean, the White Sox, they got pretty good moves during this offseason. I mean, they just had some pretty good moves. I mean, they got Steve Cishek. They picked up Dallas Keuchel. And that's not even, there's some more guys on this pitching roster and this bullpen, which isn't bad. Their offense doesn't look that bad either. I mean, Edwin Carnizo, if I'm saying that correctly. We have Tim Anderson. He had a great season last year. Amazing season. Yasmani Grandal, looking good. This team, watch out for this team in the future. This White Sox team is going to be good. And this is going to be a pretty good classic. The Chicago Classic, the North Side versus the South Side. But, I'm happy that the White Sox and Cubs are in opposite divisions because, boy, that'd be pretty crazy rivalry. That'd be pretty crazy to see both teams go to the World Series someday. The Chicago World Series. I mean, if one team will win, the other team would this. Sorry for my profound language, but that team would just destroy the opposite side of the city, which is crazy. But yeah, I got the White Sox coming in at number 2. And like I said, I think it's going to be a toss-up between the 2 and 3. I think those are going to be good games to watch. I'm definitely going to be tuning into those games a lot. And, I never really been a big Sox fan because, I'm a Cubs fan. But yeah, I got the White Sox coming in at number 2. And number 1, I got the Minnesota Twins. I mean, they came in at number 1 last year. They're going to come in number 1 this year. I mean, their team looks really good. Their bullpen isn't bad. Yeah, the Sox are winning the division again this year. There's no debate about this. And if you want to argue with me, you can, but they're not losing this division. They're going to be the winners of this division this year again. But yeah, that was my AL Central predictions. Now we're going to do my AL West predictions. So let's go ahead and get started. So the AL West. Last year, we had the Marlins come in last at a record of 68-94. The Angels, they came in at 72-90. The Rangers, they came in at 78-84 to be third place in the division. The Athletics, they came in at 97-65. And the Houston Astros, the cheating Houston Astros, came in at 107-55. Okay, so in last place, I got the Seattle Mariners coming in last. I mean, they're a really young team. Their pitching needs to get a lot better. Their offense, I mean, this team was like in dead last in pretty much everything last year. Everything. Last on the whole, in the whole MLB even. I mean, this was a bad team last year. So I got the Seattle Mariners coming in at number 5. And number 4, I got the Texas Rangers coming in. I mean, this year during the offseason they picked up Todd Frazier. They picked up Kyle Gibson and Corey Kluber. So that was pretty good. But their offense really isn't that good. I mean, their bullpen, I mean, they're getting there, but they're still a pretty young team also. They're still pretty young. So yeah, I got the Rangers coming in at number 4. Not really much else to say about them. Number 3, I got the Oakland Athletics. See, each year on paper, they look pretty decent, but that's just it. They're just decent. Every single year, they're about in the same. They're about the 3rd team in the division every single year. I mean, yeah, they make the wild card. They either, they usually get bumped out of the wild card. They don't win the wild card game. But they're just average. They're just an average team every single year. And that's what they're going to be this year. They're just going to be average. They're not going to be anything crazy. They're just going to be average. And, yeah, I'm sorry for your Oakland fans, but they're just going to be an average team this year. And number 2, I got the Los Angeles Angels coming in at number 2. I hope they have a good season this year. I really do. I want to see them have a really good season here. I mean, the bullpen's pretty good. The bullpen isn't bad. Their offense is good also. Let's see. Yeah, their offense isn't bad. I hope that Albert Pujols has a really good season because I'm an Albert Pujols fan, even though I didn't like when he played for the St. Louis Cardinals, but I do like Albert Pujols. And a big pickup during the offseason was Anthony Rendon. That's really going to help out the Los Angeles Angels quite a bit. I mean, I wish the Cubs picked him up. But the Cubs, we still got quite a lot of players, good players on the team. But I think the Los Angeles Angels are going to come in at number 2. The bullpen isn't bad, and I just want to see, Anthony Rendon and Mike Trout, Albert Pujols do good this season. So, yeah, so that's who I got coming in at number 2. And number 1, I have the Houston Texans. Houston Astros coming in at number 1. Even though, all the cheating stuff, I still think that they're going to come in at number 1. They still have a great team. Their pitching is still amazing. Yeah, their pitching is like really good here. Because let me tell you some of these pitchers. I don't even need to run for these, tell who these guys. Justin Verlander, he's gonna be good. Let's see. You just got a really good pitching roster for the Houston Astros. And of course their outfield is in bed, Alex Bregman. This Houston Astros team is going to be number 1 again. Jose Altuve. Like I said, I'm very bad at pronouncing players' names. I know who they are, but I'm just very bad at pronouncing their names. But yeah, I got the Houston Astros at number 1. I mean, I would like to see the Angels coming in at number 1, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, this high-powered Houston Astros team, but I don't want to see them. I do not want to see this team win the World Series, though. Not at all. Anybody but the Houston Astros. Okay, so next we have is the NL East. So at number 5, I have the Miami Marlins coming in. And before I keep talking about the NL East, let's go ahead and look at each division here. So, I mean, not each division. Let's go look at the standings from last year. So the Marlins, they came in at 57 and 105. The Phillies, they came in at the 4th spot and at 81 and 81. The Mets, they came in at 86 and 76 at the number 3 spot. The Nationals, they came in at the 2nd spot. They came in at 93 and 69. And then the Atlanta Braves, they came in at number 1 at 97 and 65. So at 5, I got the Miami Marlins. The only thing I really have to say about this team is bad. I mean, there's no really I could think, and there's really nobody I can think of on this team that is really good. So I see the Miami Marlins coming in last. Let's see, number 4, I got the Washington Nationals. Yeah, the reigning defending World Series champions from last year. Got them coming in at number 4. Yeah, I know it's crazy. But, things change from year to year in baseball. I mean, it's not like, with football. Baseball is a hard sport. I mean, all these sports are pretty hard, but I don't see the Nationals, this division, the 5th team isn't good at all. But from 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, these teams are still going to be pretty tight up here. And plus with a shorter season, yeah, I see the Nationals coming in at number 4. Number 3, I see the Philadelphia Phillies. I just want them to have a good season. I'm a Bryce Harper fan. I want to see him do good. So and their bullpen isn't bad. Their pitching isn't bad. Their offense is pretty decent. And like I said, I'm a Bryce Harper fan, so I see them coming in at number 3. And then number 2, I got the Atlanta Braves. And now this is going to come down to the wire between the Mets and the Braves, but in the end, I see the Braves coming in second. And then number 1, I got the New York Mets coming in. I mean, this team is going to be really good. I mean, their bullpen just looks amazing. Amazing. They look like a great team. Like all over the board. Their outfield is pretty good. I mean, they had a pretty good bullpen last year, which I think they're going to have pretty good bullpen this year. Let me go look at this NL East team. So let me go look at the Mets. Let me look at this roster quick. I mean, this team looks really good. Jacob deGrom, Edwin Diaz. Who was I looking for on here? This team is going to do really good. They have really good pitching, good offense. I mean, they're just going to win this division. There's really not much else I have to say. I mean, I didn't really take much notes for the NL, to be honest with you. But, I got the Mets coming in at number 1. Okay, now we got the NL West. We're getting there, guys. We're slowly getting there. But, we got the NL West. So, before we get started talking about the NL West, so I like to switch this up. because I want to talk about my team last year. So last year, the San Diego Padres came in at the 5th spot at 70 and 92. The Rockies, they came in the number 4 spot, 71 and 91. The San Francisco Giants, they came in at 77 and 85 at the number 3 spot. The second spot in the division was the Arizona Diamondbacks. They came in at 85 and 77. And the first team in this division was the Los Angeles Dodgers, which they came in at a record of 106 and 56. So let's see who I have coming in at number 5. Number 5, I got the San Francisco Giants. I think the Giants, I just see them coming in last this year, to be honest. All right, let me look at this San Francisco Giants team. There's not really anybody who I really much know on this team, to be honest with you. I mean, there's like no really buddy on the pitching or like the bullpen or anybody that really pops out. So I see the Giants coming in last this year. Yeah, I just can't really see anybody who I really like on this team. Number 4, I got the Colorado Rockies. Usually, I mean, last year I thought they were going to have a pretty good season, towards the end, but they just, I don't know, there's something about the Colorado Rockies that they didn't do that good. So I see them coming in at number 4. I mean, they're a pretty young team still. It's kind of like still in rebuilding mode with this team. So I see the Rockies coming in at number 4 here. Number 3, I see the San Diego Padres winning. Let's talk about the Padres a little bit here. The Padres, they have been on the come up these last few years. I mean, I think they're going to be a pretty average team. Yeah, I think they're going to do all right though. I mean, their pitching doesn't look too bad. Let me think of some guys that really. I mean, Manny Machado, he's a pretty good guy for their offense. Let's see. Let's see who else pops out at me. I mean, yeah, like I said, their pitching doesn't look bad. Offense is decent, so I see them being a decent team at the number 3 spot of the NL West. And number 2, I got the Arizona Diamondbacks coming in at number 2. I don't really follow much of that NL West, to be honest with you. I usually pay attention to my teams usually. So yeah, but I just see the Arizona Diamondbacks coming in second like they did last year. So that's about all with that. And then first place, I got the Los Angeles Dodgers. And sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. My dog's making some noises and stuff. But yeah, I see the Los Angeles Dodgers coming in number 4, and number 1. I mean, they just have an amazing rotation. Their bullpen is good. The coaching staff is good. I just see them doing really good this year. Doing really, really good. So, yeah, I mean, I could probably see them going to the World Series, which that's probably the team I have going this year. Which, at the end of this video, at the end of these predictions, I'm kind of going to talk about who I think might be going to the World Series this year. I might as well talk about that a little bit. And maybe some air news in baseball. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see here. But let's talk about the last division here, which is my main division I care about the most because my team is in this division, of course, the Chicago Cubs. Number 5, which, okay, so last year, let me tell you the standings from last year. So last year we had the Pirates coming in at number 5. Let's see who else we had. So Pirates came in at number 5. The Cincinnati Reds came in at number 4. The Chicago Cubs came in at number 3. The Milwaukee Brewers came in at number 2. And the St. Louis Cardinals came in at number 1 in the division. So number 5, I got the Pirates coming in last. I mean, they didn't really make much moves in the offseason. They really don't have a good rotation. I mean, their bullpen isn't that good. And this is a tough division. Both central teams from the AL and the NL are pretty tough. So, but I have the Pirates coming last, though. Then next, I have the Cardinals. Just because I don't like the Cardinals. I just don't like them at all. I mean, last year, my Cubs cannot win over the Cardinals. I mean, when the games mattered, they could not win. But I do see them coming in fourth this year because screw the Cardinals. I don't like them at all. I really don't. I really don't like the Cards. That's really all I have to say. I don't want to talk about this team anymore, to be honest with you. I hate the Cardinals. Number 3, I got the Chicago Cubs. We didn't really make much off-season moves. I mean, yeah, we got rid of our coach this year, Joe Madden, which he's coaching with the Los Angeles Angels, which that was a really good move by the Angels to make, which that's also why I see them come in second place, which that's going to be fun to watch some Angel games over there. But I hope, I mean, I want to be wrong with this. This is the division I want to be wrong with because I want to see my Cubs have the first place in the division, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, not much off-season moves, and I heard that we're going to need to eventually start to cut some players, and we'll probably have to do a little rebuild, or maybe we could do some trades with some players, maybe get rid of some of our players with high contracts. But, I mean, we just didn't do much off-season moves, but I don't think we're going to be number 4. I think we're just going to be an above-average team at number 3, though, which is unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, I'm one of those fans who goes like, yep. I'm one of those fans who doesn't go like, yep, we're winning every single year. We're going to win, even though how bad we are, we're going to win. That's not me. If we're bad, we're bad. I mean, I admit it. I do. But the Cubs, yeah, we're going to come in at number 3. Number 2, I got the Milwaukee Brewers. They've been pretty good these last few seasons here. The Milwaukee Brewers are going to come in at number 2. Like I said, this division is a pretty tough division here. And then finally, we got at number 1, we got the Cincinnati Reds. Yes, I got the Reds winning the division this year. The Reds, they made some pretty big offensive moves this offseason. Let me tell you this roster. Let me tell you this roster here. They picked up Nicholas Castellanos. I think they had overall. I don't know. They are going to have good pitching here. They're going to have a good offense. I mean, this team went like all out. I mean, they're going to have a good season this year. So, I have the Reds winning here. Their outfield looks pretty good. Their infield looks good. Their rotation looks good. So, yeah, I got the Reds coming in at number 1 this year. So, yeah. That was my MLB 2020 predictions. So, yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Yeah, so that was my sorry about that, guys. So that was my MLB 2020 predictions. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and talk about who I think is going to be winning the who I think is going to be the World Series this year. So this year I think it's going to be the on the NL I think it's going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers. And on the AL, I think it's going to be the New York Yankees. So those are my two teams I got going to the World Series this year. And sorry for all the interruptions during this video, guys. I do apologize for that. I do apologize for all the interruptions during this video, but I mean that happens sometimes. Go down in the comments who you think is going to win each division. Damn, 41 minutes. That's how long this video took. Hey, it had to be like that. It really had to be like that. But yeah, go hit that subscribe button if this is your first time ever checking out one of my videos. Please smash that like button if you like my channel, and go hit that post notification button for every time I make a new video. And this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out, and I'll catch you guys in my next video, which will probably be my NXT NXT Great American Bash Night 2 review. So stay tuned for that tonight. But yeah, that was that. And I'll see you guys later. You guys stay smooth.